The whole idea of timekeeping, really, if you think about it, is about trying to figure out where the sun is in relation to your position on the surface of the earth. So you want to know what time the sun comes up, you want to know what time is sundown, you want to be able to coordinate things when you're going to do things during the day. So as we've become more sophisticated about timekeeping, we're able to make smaller and smaller increments and do a better job of coordinating with other people. So now we can all agree on what time is the store going to open, or what time we're going to lunch, what time is the flight leaving. All of this stuff is possible because of better timekeeping. I think the reason I'm a clock collector is that it's just always been interesting to me. I remember my grandmother had this clock that used to play a little chime melody every 15 minutes, and I just thought that was the neatest thing. I remember in the 1970s, people came up with a lot of really creative ways to show the time. So there are a lot of unique clocks from that era that you just don't see anymore. The 70s started out with people still using wind-up alarm clocks and watches that you had to wind every day, and a lot of analog stuff. And so by the end of the 70s and going into the 80s, a lot of folks had digital clocks in their houses. They had these inexpensive but very accurate quartz clocks all around, and most kids wanted a digital watch. So big change through that decade. I think maybe one of the good things about getting older is I've increased my ability to collect things that I like. So I'm way beyond having a clock in every room. I'm more like having a clock on every wall, every shelf, every cabinet top. You know, there's clocks all over the place.
Time is now 8 o'clock p.m.
Every now and then the kids decide they want to go around and count all the clocks in the house, you know, and they always lose count. And then they start to wonder, well, should I count the clock in the digital camera, or should I count the clock on the microwave? And I think, well, if I have to set it, then yes, I will count that one. I know it's more than 150, not much more than that, but I lose count too. I don't have as many watches. Right now it's 108, approximately. I think I'm like everybody else when it comes to daylight saving time. It's hard to adjust your sleep, you know, but as far as changing the time on all my dozens of clocks, I don't mind that at all. That's actually fun. Well, the truth is most of my clocks and watches are actually radio controlled, so they will pick up the atomic clock broadcast out of Colorado, which works really well around here, and then they set themselves to the right time, and they will actually make the change for daylight saving time all by themselves too. So when I watch the news on Saturday night and the folks on the news say, well, be sure to change your clock before you go to bed, and I think, no, I don't do that anymore. That's the clock's job now. Well, see, timekeeping is just getting better and easier. If you went back, say, 25 years, and not as many people had cell phones, and people were just starting to get like dial-up internet on their computers. So if you were to ask 10 people in the office 25 years ago, what time is it? They'd probably be within 5 minutes of each other. Whereas today, if you ask the same 10 people, they would probably be within about 5 seconds of each other. That's how much better it's gotten. Some people would probably prefer to have just a few very expensive and rare watches and clocks, and I just think that I would rather have dozens and dozens of different shapes and sizes and colors, and to me that's more fun. So I think as long as they keep making clocks and watches in different colors and shapes and styles, I'll stay busy for a while. There's always another Christmas and birthday coming up.